Hello there. I want to talk about perspective. And this is something that I've been talking about here and there before. And do I hate rich people? Okay, let's ask ourselves. Let's ask myself, me. Do I hate rich people? No, I don't. But for some reason, I my dating life has been with a lot of women that have had money and I have had none. Women having money or men having money is no problem at all. But many of those women I've been with have said like have had these values, the American dream kind of thing. You should just give it, you call it, you just give it all and work at it, and then you will be rich, right? Then you will. But it's like I said to this other one I was with, she said that, and I said, and this was in a car. We were driving, and our destination was like 3 hours. And I said this, and it didn't get on. Yeah, it wasn't popular for me to say this, but you know, I said something like, "Oh yeah, but your job, right? You got that from your dad. Your car. What about the apartment?" The apartment she had wasn't necessarily hers, but she got to use it anytime she wanted. Oh, and also she had another apartment in another place, and she had this sort of mindset that you gotta work at it and then you'll get it, and that fucking annoyed me. And in that car, I said to her, she was talking to me about really, she was talking to me about you gotta have good energy and good things will happen to you and blah 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 bullshit like that. It became so it was beyond the you have to work at it, and it became like you just have a good need to have a good energy, like so some people deserve what's coming. And I mentioned, well, what if you were born in North Korea, what about that energy then? What about your daddy? And that wasn't popular, and it got silent. And that's what's bothering me very much. Look at myself, though. I live in Norway, one of the richest, wealthiest, best countries to live in. I'm white, I'm heterosexual, I'm a man. I'm taken care of. And I can cry about, I have bipolar, ADHD, anxiety attacks. Thank God, I've started taking pills, so I don't have that anymore. But the age of 30 fucking 6, you know, I'm in July, I'm 37. In the age of 36, I started getting fucking anxiety attacks for the first time in my life. And when I was going to go to sleep, and also insomnia, sleeping deprivation is a thing I've dealt with my whole life. So then, anxiety attacks on that, upon all that, I wouldn't wish insomnia on my worst day. Yeah, well, on my worst day, maybe. I would wish it on some people. I don't believe in that thing. I wouldn't wish it on my worst. I get the sentiment of it, but Putin, yeah, I would wish that on Putin. But anyway, but then after, like my whole life dealing with insomnia, and then getting anxiety attacks, like you feel you can't breathe. You're saying like this, and you just have to move your body. You can't look at it. You can't concentrate on anything, or it's just awful. Then I think about Ukraine, for example, or now Iran, Iraq, Afghanistan, whatever. All think about it's it's when I have anxiety attacks at night, which I haven't had since November, I think, because of the pills. But or fucking Africa, poor countries, countries with war, Palestine, you know. And I'm thinking about these anxiety attacks, and then you think about the thought of losing your family like this because of Israel wanting to do whatever they want. It's just Norway hasn't been occupied by a country since 1940 by the Germans. What if Russia decided to occupy us now? What if we were, like, for real? You Americans like to say that freedom of speech is at risk. Nah, for real. I'm talking about for real freedom of speech, And that makes me think. And this is the truth. There's political views here in Norway too, and there's idiots here too. One of those idiots answered me on my Norway video. But all things are relative. So if you think relatively, statistic wise and everything, Norway is a fucking utopia, right? And in utopia, people kill themselves. They have mental issues. There's a lot of problems in utopia, and I think my immediate like Timothy Chalamet, oh no, he didn't get an Oscar, boo-hoo. But he is a rich motherfucker, 30 years old, and he has his whole life ahead of him. And it's difficult to not like the whole actor thing, the whole Hollywood thing. Is it real humility? How can you be... I said this in a short where Willem Dafoe, I don't know, but allegedly he has given away most of his fortune, most of his money, and he lives modest life wherever. I think it's in Europe. You think about like sports figures. I get the industry. They're bought by people, and the artists bought by millionaires, billionaires, and they're stuffed in basements or fucking panic rooms, whatever you want to call it, just to increase the value of it. It's just difficult to have. There's always perspective on things, and I'm trying to keep that as perspective with me and my problems, but I try to think that we're not occupied, or isn't occupied yet. We don't live in a unstable every day. I'm not waking up thinking that we might be bombed, killed, whatever. But it's the thing that, people with hunger or war, whatever it is, that actually has problems. Do they have bipolar? Do they have ADHD? Do they have things like that? Sometimes it feels like a first world, is that what it's called? First world problem thing? Like, Oh, your whole family got killed in a bomb. Well, I do have actually my problems. I do have ADHD and bipolar. I don't know. But I'm trying to always see perspective in things, recognize where I am in life. And I know people, my father also, I say like, well, what do I know? I'm a white heterosexual man in Norway. And he says, are you ashamed of being white? No, I'm not. I'm not ashamed of being white, not at all. But I'm not proud of being white either. We have no cultural identity like black people had or Native Americans or whatever. We white people, we occupied. we we're imperialists. Fucking Britain. Point. I guess to boil everything down to one thing is the grass is always greener on the other side. In, and is that humanity's downfall? Is that our downfall that the grass is always greener on the other side, so we will always reach for more? Maybe that can be our pride too, while like, ooh, we can live on Mars, whatever, Mars, whatever. I don't know. Sometimes it seems difficult, to being content. What is being content? Can you be content in Ukraine? And content, how long can you be content before other thoughts start to creep in? Are we humanity? Are we psychologically doomed from the start? Do we need wars? Do we need purpose? Is that why we are at a war with everyone all the time? Because we need something to distract us from whatever this is? Fuck, I don't know. Whatever.